Hello, I'm Dave Mitchell, the genial host of mitchellmusic.co.uk, the website for concerts live and online, and a whole bunch of original music to listen to. Welcome to Let's Talk About. Let's talk about conducting styles. Here are some popular examples drawn from my personal experience. Which of these do you think is the easiest to pick up a pulse from? Number 1, the stranded seagull. Number 2, the actor. Number 3, the cook stirring porridge. Number 4, the one who couldn't find a towel. Number 5, the boxing coach. Number 6, the karate log chopper. Now you're probably thinking that there's something wrong with each of these styles, or rather, there is the same thing wrong with every one of them. You couldn't pick up a beat to save your life. Let's think about what a beat actually is. Does it have length? 1, 2, 3, obviously not. It's just a point in time, which occurs regularly. It has location, but no length. In instrumental music, it's usually given to the clave or the woodblock. Here's a question. How can we represent as a gesture that point of time that has no length? One place where they seem to find the answer quite early in music history, and we're talking right back in the Middle Ages, is the church. Western music survived and thrived, arguably, because of church musicians handing on their craft from generation to generation. They found something that worked, and they stuck with it. Other conducting styles didn't evolve until the 19th century. It's not at all surprising that many of our top choral conductors today come from a church music background. Harry Christophers, of the 16, Canterbury Cathedral. I rest my case. So what is a beat like? Is it a ping pong ball? Is it like a hot iron? Is it like a trampoline? Notice the speed of the up bounce. It's the speed that invigorates the beat. Let's talk about singers in an amateur choir struggling with a new piece. Their heads are in their music. "Watch me!" shouts the conductor. Let's be honest here. Singers can only see the conductor in their peripheral vision, and their brain is panicking, trying to make sense of the written music. So conductors have to make things really, really clear. Let's ask ourselves, in this context, which gestures are helpful and which are not? If the conductor is flailing about, the singer's brain will filter the visual noise out because the gestures are meaningless. If, on the other hand, there's a clear signal as to where the pulse comes, then the singer's brain will register it as something useful. If singers aren't watching the conductor, it's probably the conductor's fault. Heresy! I'll say it again. If singers aren't watching the conductor, it's probably the conductor's fault. How do you get your singers to respond to a beat out of the corner of their eye? Make it smaller. Less is definitely more. Where should you hold your hand? Human beings aren't programmed to look at people's hands. They're hardwired to look at their eyes. So for maximum gestural clarity, the crucial finger has to be near the eyes. Imagine holding a 12-inch vinyl disc in front of your face. Any gestures you make within that circle are likely to be effective. Any gestures you make outside that circle, however artistically expressive or wonderfully energetic they are pretty much pointless. Let's call this the circle of clarity. But what if you're conducting a group of many hundred singers? You need a bigger beat, don't you? No, sorry. Stay small. Stay clear. It's one of life's great paradoxes. This smaller but super precise beat is the best way of coordinating vast choirs. Let's talk about conductors. Conductors have huge egos, or they couldn't do what they do. They need huge egos. But huge egos have a downside or two. The conductor can delude themselves that more is more, and if they flash their arms around a bit, they will look really good, especially if somebody takes a photo and posts it on social media. Now, experienced singers are not fooled. They can spot this behaviour a mile off, and they just stop looking. They don't even think about it. It's such a common occurrence. There's another pitfall for conductors. Amateur choirs are particularly prone to getting behind the beat. C'est normal. The conductor tries to accommodate them by slowing the beat down to meet them. Bad idea. The beat just gets slower and slower. And this is the root cause of stretched out pulses. The correct thing for the conductor to do is not to beat slower, but to beat more clearly. Let's talk about fingers. Which finger delivers the clearest signal? Let's look at them all in action. The thumb and the pinky just look silly. Here's the thumb. And here's the pinky. You see what I mean? The ring finger is no good at all. It's not flexible enough. Which leaves the index and middle fingers. Let's look at them. Index finger. Not bad. Now the middle finger. I find the middle finger looks the most elegant because the hand looks balanced and expressive. So now we have defined the most efficient pulse communication system that our bodies are capable of. One finger is all you need for most amateur music making situations. You don't even need to show which beat of the bar you're on. Singers can generally work that out for themselves. However, we do need an upbeat. This is the next level of choral conducting. Let's talk about upbeats. Imagine a trampoline with an athlete upon it. Sorry about the clip, best I could do on my budget. The figure wants to jump higher than usual. What is the technique they need? They push into the bed a bit harder so they get a bigger spring. Let's put our athlete on the trampoline and ask them to bounce higher on every count of 4. Let's look at that. They don't get faster or slower, they just bounce higher on the 4th count. This is the technique you use when you want the choir to come in at the beginning of a piece. Let's assume for the moment that the piece is starting on the first beat of the bar. Stage 1 is to feel the beat in your head. Stage 2 is to feel the beat in your hands. To indicate the tempo, if it's in 4/4, you need a 3/4 in. So do a little click for beat 3 and a very big beat 4. You're off. Now let's be honest with each other. If we want to take this further, we're going to need another video. Sorry. Let's talk about choral conducting 2, beats and bars. See you later, I hope.